I have known Lynn Sanders for, well, at least over 10 years. She has volunteered with Causes for Change International, a nonprofit, 100% volunteer organization that does work domestically as well as internationally. And in this particular time that I recall, the beginning meeting Lynn or speaking to her over the phone was when we were planning for our travels to Ecuador. We were going to the remote villages in the coastal area of Ecuador. And having traveled there in the past and going from village to village, town to town, she asked me, what can I do? And I said, well, let's look at your experience. Let's look at what your interests are and how you see yourself contributing even before we travel as well as while we're there. And I said, one of the things that we desperately need and that we envision is that every child should have a toy of their own, and particularly when we're going to do dentistry work down there, it's important that the child is not left with a memory of fear or memory of pain of any kind. We want to leave them with joy and to remember us in a kind way that the strangers visited their village and provided support to them and their families. So initially, Lynn asked me, how many toys should I get? And I said, well, we typically service around 2,000 children that we see. Not all of them may be the invasive type of treatment, but at least we do trash, we go to see them, we do some group work and all that, but every child should have a toy. So I said, well, 2,000 children. She said, well, 2,000. Well, I said, well, if you can get half of that, a toy for each child, 1,000 children, make that as a goal. And I think she was definitely shocked when she heard the number. But I think most shocking to her was that when she really started sharing her goals, telling other people, doing some marketing, doing some promotional materials, flyers, and doing some public speaking as well and sharing with her church, with her synagogue and friends and family, and doing some print materials as well, some press. I think that she was overwhelmed when the response that she received from this first experience of asking for toys, that she generated about 1,800 toys, and that made the trip really super, super exciting for all the volunteers that went with us, as well as the children that received those toys. Along the way, I've met and known Lynn in terms of her growth that she has made, in terms of her knowledge in video and production and writing and publishing her book. I think that this is someone that's really wonderful to have in our corner and also everybody's corner, because to meet someone along one's life, along one's path, to be as generous as Lynn with her time and her giving, it's just it's truly wonderful. And I strongly encourage others to get to know Lynn, use her services, just like we did, like through Causes for Change, and let's get going and making her happy this time, just as she made our children happy in South America. Thank you so much.